All right. Hello. Hello. This is the English session, part 16 or 17 maybe. Um right now, I'm just taking some of the class of cinematography, and, and I am learning some things. And right now, I'm looking really weird because of that. I shave, so I look really different person. But yeah, such things happen. Such things happened in my life. Such thing happens in everyone's life. Someday you have to be shaved. Yes, and this is happened not for the purposely. It happens accidentally when I was streaming. Uh, it's some sort of mistakes happened during the mustache, and there is nothing to do unless you are complete clean shave. So I did it clean shave. So right now I'm looking really weird. Yeah, because every time I see myself with beard, and right now I don't have beard, so it's really different and really not so cool. Whatever. So today I'm complete the chapter number 4 or 5, maybe 5. So many pages. It's a 5. It's about color. Let me set the composition correctly. Yeah. This is good. Okay, right now I'm talking with you, and right now I'm talking really good. Okay, mostly focus on my here and over there, but it was too much, so it will be here. Okay, so yeah, so good. So what are we talking about? We are talking about colors. Okay, color are the really important parameter, really important things. So we do understand about the color of light, color theory, psychology, and black and white. Okay. So first, establish the picture profile pre-production. This is the selection of the color profile is to shoot in raw footage. This can be assigned as afterward. Color correct footage. Correcting white balance, ensuring that there are no color cast is the important if shooting in sRGB and log. Color grade footage is post production, editing color and look, style and post. Color of light appears to us as a color of white. However, it is made up of many colors combined with the light passes through the prism. We can see each of these color. So while videography, you do need to understand the color. Okay, and color is a really important thing. Because of that, when you are telling the story, story are bit related with the emotions, and emotions are related with the colors. Okay, because emotion doesn't have color, but actually we can feel it. Okay, so when we feel something like danger, just image comes in our mind is red. Okay, so it's just like danger is emotions and red is a color. So actually it is attached with our mind. Okay, so danger means red. Okay, so there are particularly so many things, so many emotions and so many colors we are talking about, and we are thinking we are talking about, and we will analyze what things gonna happen, and what things do we need to understand for these things. So okay, Yes. Color of light. Primary color of light are red, green, blue. All combine with the produce white light. Overlap of primary color produce secondary color. Overlap is secondary color will produce tertiary color. Photographer and videographer works with the RGB produce file. This is the additive space, meaning the color and added color to be protected with other colors. For now, sRGB is recommended. Okay, we can see so many color in our life. Okay, but actually there are the three main color. Okay, actually there's a five color. Okay, but five main color. Okay, what is the five main color? First of all, black and white, those are the primary color. Okay, then secondary color is a red, green and blue. Okay, and there are, after that there are the billions of shades of colors. Okay, but mostly these are the colors are really important. Most of the object, most of the things what we can see in our eyes basically made up with these colors. Okay, so red, green, blue, black, white, those color are really important to understand. So basically black and white we don't talk about this much in our video. Why? Because black and white is kind of like a default color, because it's not the color. Black and white, they are not meant to be called a color. Yes. Why? Because they are the natural things. Okay, but color means to be is like, when we see some sort of black and white movie, can we say this is the colorful movie? No, we say this is a black and white movie. But when we say some sort of red and blue movie, can we say this is the red and blue movie? No, we say this movie is colorful movie. Why we are saying this thing? Because of that, black and white tends to be a natural color. It found in nature. It is in nature. It is always be in nature. Yes. But red, green and blue, this is the kind of the nature color. It's not the nature color. It's kind of like the actually present. And I'm not saying is that, but mostly thing is that ki black and white it's the more and more color are came from the white. Okay, or black. So when so many colors, when color is absent on the I don't know how to talk with it, but black and white doesn't count as a color. I don't know why it doesn't count, but it doesn't count. Okay, yeah. Overlap primary color produce secondary color will have produced tertiary color, and photographer videographer works with RGB color. Yes, most of the cinematographer or filmmaker use RGB color. Why? Because RGB is kind of like a really prime unit to understand the color. Yes, because most of the color made up from those colors. So yeah. This is an additive space, meaning of color and adding together to produce another color. Obviously, when we put orange and red, we can when we can put yellow and red, we can sense we can found out some other color. Okay, so when we are mixing color, we found something really new color. How sensor record the color? Yes, your camera sensor record the color, but how does he do that? Camera sensor emulate the human eye in the how they see the color. Sensor record light as a red, green and blue and use this information possessed by the camera image processor to create color video and photos. Basically, our camera sensor records only three color: red, green, and blue. And this processor process the data and understand the hue and saturation of these color and print it on the image. It's kind of like a difficult to explain, but I don't really practically understand how the camera sensor record the color. It's kind of like a really creepy, not creepy, but it's kind of like a really difficult for me. I'm saying I don't really know how camera sensor records the color. Yeah, but actually there's a one thing I know about it is like that camera sensor records only three color: RGB, red, green, and blue color. Okay, and then he categorize all those color with a different hue and saturation of the color. What is the hue and saturation? We are further discussing another further discussing further discuss about this thing. But there is a one thing I know about camera sensor. Camera sensor records only red, green, and blue color. Okay, yeah. What is the color temperature? Color temperature refers to a color that white light cast color. Temperature change from warm to cool and is measured in Kelvin. Most of the color change when the temperature get rises. Okay, it's kind of like a really complicated, but you do need to understand when we are in the cold temperature, we feel some sort of blue. When we are in a desert, we feel some sort of warm. So cold color represent as a blue and a warm color represent as a yellow or orange. Okay. So basically temperature does affect on the color. Okay. And mostly in the camera, usually color temperature is sensed by the auto white balance. Okay, or should I say white balance? Okay, because white is actually, how does it looks white? Does it white looks like blue or does it white looks like yellowish? It's kind of like a depend upon the white balance. Okay, so you do need to understand about the white balance. But if you don't really understand about the white balance, just put this on auto mode, auto white balance. But you think you are the professional, then there are some sort of things are really important, like Kelvin. Mostly the white balance is represent as a Kelvin. Okay, and there are 1000, 2000 to 9000 Kelvin. Okay, if there is a 1000, that means it was really warm. That means your white is actually look like some sort of yellow or orange. Okay, but you have 10,000 Kelvin, that means your white looks like blue. It's kind of little bit of cold. So you do need to manage between the 400 to 600 4000 to 6000 Kelvin. Okay, at that time your white balance is actually looks really white. Okay, so but if you put some sort of mood into your storytelling process, so you do need to adjust white balance, because it gives you really good it gives you really good perspective to talk about it. It good perspective to listen and understand about the color temperature. So color temperature is really important. Mostly color temperature represent as a white balance. Okay, you do need to understand there some sort of option in the camera called white balance. You just go to the setting and search name, just like setting, and it's called white balance, and you can find out about this thing. Then there is a Kelvin scale. What is the Kelvin scale? The term color temperature comes from the physics. The different temperature, heat and light source, the different in the color is emit The different color that light is produced are measured on the scale called Kelvin. An image that appear warm to our eyes like a candlelight in fact has a low Kelvin value. White balance will add the opposite color, dry and achieve to natural color. Okay, so then there is a term you do need to understand while you are filmmaking. Okay, what is it? There are the Kelvin scale, but it's not just really important for you. Yes, because of that key white balance is auto white balance is adjust everything according to its framework, and he set white as exactly as white. But most of the cases auto white balance is kind of like a really difficult to manage, so at that time you need to set custom white balance. So the custom white balance, so at that time you do need to understand for the Kelvin scale. uh, when you are setting auto white balance to custom white balance, at that time you do need to understand for the Kelvin scale. And what is the Kelvin scale? Kelvin scale represent when you set really lower number of Kelvin, that means it was kind of like a really hot. And when you set really higher number of Kelvin value, that means you are setting a frame as blue or cold. So it's not color grading process, it's like a how much light appear on your scale. Okay, so yeah. Then color correction. Okay, color correction is a technical process that fix the color issues and make footage appear as a naturalistic as possible. The idea is for the color to look clean and real, as human eye would see them in real world. Usually color correction is kind of like the correcting a color. That means you are viewing some sort of thing as they are actually exist. Okay, while you are recording footage from the some sort of camera, you see everything looks really flat. Okay, and why can camera record flat? Because of that, when you put flat recording, that means you can edit much more even better. Okay, so mostly DSLR camera or mobile camera record only flat mode. Okay, but while editing, you do need to correct the color. Okay, so at that time, green doesn't look like green; it look like some sort of really very dark green. At that human eye, we can see the leaf of the color is not that so much dark, so you do need to put some sort of green scale into the uh, particular stable condition. At that time, the green color actually look like that we are saw in our daily life. Okay, so that is called color correction. Okay, color correction and color grading are the different things you do need to understand. Okay, color correcting, that means correcting the image that is actually appear on the screen. Okay, but color grading is kind of like a really difficult. You can set some sort of mood to the camera, that is called color grading process. I actually told you color grading is also technical, but it's more creative concern. The color grading process add atmosphere and emotion to shot by coloring the footage in new of the unnatural ways. What is the color footage? Color footage is what is the color grading? I do told you about everything about the color grading. Color grading is setting some sort of emotions into the color format, and which can give you it's a really good look, and it's kind of like a really creative process. Okay, and you do need to do this frame by frame, so it is kind of like a really hectic work. Okay, so color grading is kind of like a really amazing and creative process. Okay, but color correction is kind of like the correcting actual the color. Okay, then we are talking about hue. What is exactly a hue? Hue is palette between dark color to fade color. Okay, when we see something red color, there are so many palettes like dark red or really white red or reddish. Okay, so those are the palettes called hue, because those are the color are represent a red color, but there are some sort of palettes between the actual red, because we can see the red, there are so many red, like this is my if I wear shirt is red t-shirt. Okay, and there is nothing in the red, but right now there are so many red things. Okay, and they doesn't look alike, they are look like really some sort of different, like this guy is wearing really dark t-shirt, or this guy is wearing some sort of pink t-shirt, so pink t-shirt represent as a red and white, dark t-shirt that means red and black. Okay, so you do need to understand the hue is kind of like the palette of single color. Okay, it's not double color, it's a single color. Okay, then there is a saturation. Saturation refers to the intensity of the color. This is determine the amount of gray in the hot to the pure gray to the vivid color. What is the exactly saturation? Saturation is intensity of the color in the footages. Okay, so that is called saturation. Then brightness refer to as a level of light. I'm kind of like really tired right now. I just want to some sort of, I'm not sleeping, yeah, but I'm tired. I don't want to talk. It is too many pages. Yes. Do we need to recording after like suns after the? I just need a break. Yeah, I just need to just sleep for a while. Where do we sleep? Yeah, because we are setting not to sleep at noon, but it's kind of like a really hard, but I try to be wake up. You just like get off those glasses, because when you put the glasses you are feel like you are some sort of prison. Okay, you are not free, so सॅच्युरेशन म्हणजे काय होतं ऍक्च्युली? सॅच्युरेशन म्हणजे जे इंटेन्सिटी आहे ना कलरची, म्हणजे कलरला किती इंटेन्स करायचं आहे, म्हणजे किती डार्क आणि किती फेड करायचं आहे, ह्याला म्हणतात सॅच्युरेशन. ओके, प्रीमियरमध्ये एक आहे ऑप्शन त्याचं. ऍक्च्युली मी सॅच्युरेशन फारसा वापरला नाही. युजली मी कलर ग्रेडिंग फारसा करत नाही. जे काही म्हणजे कलर ग्रेडिंग तर कधी केलेच नाही. युजली मी कलर करेक्शन करतोय. जे काही आहे त्याला फक्त लिटिल बिट ऑफ म्हणजे युजली माझ्यापाशी काही लट्स आहे जे ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल आहे प्रीमियरवर, डिफॉल्ट लट्स, तर तेच लट्स मी वापरतो. तर युजली मी कलर ग्रेडिंग तर करत नाही. मला माहीत नाही ॲक्च्युली कलर ग्रेड कसं करावं लागते. बट इट जस्ट लाईक फॉर दोज पीपल हू डू कलर ग्रेडिंग, दे नो मच बेटर अबाउट दी सॅच्युरेशन, ह्यू अँड लॉट्स ऑफ कलर. ॲक्च्युली मला कलर ब्लाइंडनेस पण आहे. मला ॲक्च्युली कलर जे एक्झॅक्टली आहे ते क्लिअरली मला दिसत पण नाही. सो या देन देअर इज अ ब्राईटनेस. ब्राईटनेस म्हणजे कोणत्याही कलरचा ब्राईटनेस किती असला पाहिजे, किती जास्त किंवा किती कमी असला पाहिजे. ओके, तो हे पण एक फॅक्टर आहे. ब्राईटनेस म्हणजे फ्रेमची ब्राईटनेस नाही रे, कलरची ब्राईटनेस. ओके, आपण एखाद्या छोट्या छोट्या गोष्टीला पासून ब्राईट करू शकतो. आपल्या प्रीमियरवर. सो देर आर सो मेनी ऑप्शन्स. Then there is a shade. Shade is adding black color. It's kind of like a dark color add करणं. ओके, त्याला म्हणतात शेड. ओके, त्यानंतर आहे टोन. टोन म्हणजे एक प्रकारे काय होते की एक प्रॉपर टोन देणं. कलर ग्रेडिंग इज अ पार्ट ऑफ टोन. ओके, सो यस. Then what is a color theory? Color theory is related with the visual art, and simply there are so many color theory. I'm not really talking about there are so many. It's kind of like a graphics design part. Okay, so I don't want to talk. Okay, right now आपण अशा गोष्टीवर येऊ ज्या गोष्टी आपल्या इम्पॉर्टंट आहे, ज्या गोष्टीची आपला मेन कॅरेक्टर आहे. ओके, सो काही काही गोष्टी आहे ना, सिच्युएशन, there are so many things are depend upon the emotions, and emotion doesn't have color, but we can feel those emotions. Okay, and in particular like do we example earlier before is like red. It's kind of like a when we some sort of feel danger, there are one color in front of our head is red. Okay, so red is so you do need to understand red color is it's kind of like a really danger. Okay, so I'm sensing some of the emotions represent with the red color. Okay, when you have anger, represent as a red color. Passion, that means you are some sort of passionate for something or someone, red color. Rage, that means you are some sort of revenge with some sort of person, also represent in a red. Desire, that means you want something from the bottom of your heart and you will never let it go, and you are put life to get those things. So desire is a really important. Okay, and mostly desire represent as a red. Excitement, excitement for one thing, waiting for something, and feels really good or not good, or some sort of things happens, a big things happen. So excitement represent a red. Energy, yes, energy, workout or doing something energetic full. Okay, mostly represent red. Speed, I'm not thinking speed is a red color actually stop means red. Speed, that means like blue or spark, white, that is called maybe speed. Strength, I'm not sensing strength as a red color. Actually strength is represent as a yellow. Yes, I'm not sensing the red. Yeah, actually it's a emotion, so we do need to feel that way. Power, yeah, do we say power is representing a red? So yes. Heat, yes, heat actually represent as a red. Love, yeah, love, extensive love, or they are some sort of doing sex called love. Yeah. Aggression, I don't really know what is aggression. Danger, yes. Fire, obviously red. Blood, red. War, red. Violence, red. Then orange, humor, yeah, orange. Energy, I'm not sensing orange as energy. Balance, orange. Warm, I don't really understand what is warmth. Enthusiasm, I don't know. Vibrant, not represent as orange, but yes, orange, some sort of thing is a vibrant color. So yes. Expensive, yeah, orange. Flamboyant, I don't really understand this word. Yellowish for wisdom. Yeah, wisdom, yes. Knowledge. Yes, knowledge. Yellow is also represent for hunger actually. Yes. Relaxation. Yellow. Yeah. Joy. Uh, yes, yellow. Happiness. Yellow. Yes. Optimism. I don't really understand what is optimism. Idealism. Imagination. Uh, Yellow. Yes. Hope. Hope. Yeah, maybe in yellow. Sunshine. Yes, yellow. Summer. Yellow. Dishonesty. Maybe red. Dishonesty. That means red because yeah. Betrayal. Red. Yes. Jealousy. I'm not count jealousy as a yellow. Yes. Jealousy is kind of like green. Yeah. Illness. Illness. I'm counting as a purple, not yellow. Hazard. I'm counting as a red. Hazard. Green. Healing. Yeah, healing as a green. Yes. Then preservance, decency, self-awareness, proud. There are so many words like unit changing nature. Yeah, it's like fuck off yaar, khatam kar.